The story behind this photograph is insane. That, if you didn't know, is Kim Kardashian, and she is posing next to an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. This was at the Met Gala in 2018, and this was just one of their exhibits, and she just took a photo next to it because she thought it kind of matched her outfit. But to be clear, this is a real coffin. It's over 2,000 years old. But right after this photo got posted to social media, somebody forwarded it to the prosecutors in Manhattan, saying, "This is stolen, and I know because I was on the crew of guys who stole it." As in, there are real people who do what we used to root for Indiana Jones to do, where they will dig up valuable ancient artifacts and then route them to a museum. Okay, well, in real life, that's a crime. So it turned out the assistant DA in Manhattan had spent years on the tail of this ring of antiquities thieves, because there has to be a whole chain of people involved in stealing and moving an item like this. In this case, a group of looters actually dug this up in 2011 in Egypt. They actually dumped out the body. They then sold it to a dealer in the United Arab Emirates. They apparently falsified some paperwork to hide where it had come from. Then they sold it to a dealer in Germany, who moved it to a dealer in France, until they finally sold it to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City for $4 million. And that's how it wound up next to Kim Kardashian at their annual gala. And that's how these smuggling rings work. They basically are laundering the artifact. And by the way, it was restored along the way. It wasn't dug up in this condition. But do you know who did not get one penny of that $4 million? The original gang of guys who dug the thing up. They apparently never got paid, so then when they see this photo go up on Instagram or whatever, they looked up the contact info for the Antiquities Trafficking Unit in Manhattan and just called them up. Arrests were made across Europe. Of course, the Met claimed they had no idea this was a stolen artifact, and that next year they returned it to Egypt. And maybe it's inappropriate for me to say this, but this kind of seems like a good way to wind up getting cursed.